Yes guys, welcome back to another video on the European Football All-Time channel, and today welcome to my Game Week 26 Serie A predictions. Some big games upcoming this weekend, so make sure to smash a like, subscribe, and let's get into the video. Okay then, and the first game is tonight actually, where it is Sassuolo taking on Hellas Verona. Sassuolo, of course, they got a good 2-1 win against Udinese last week. As for Hellas Verona, they lost 2-1 away at Parma last week. Of course, looking at both sides in the table, Sassuolo are currently 10th on 32 points, currently 1 point behind Lazio, and I think 10 behind Como, who hold the final European spot. As for Hellas Verona, they are still bottom of the table on 15 points, around, I think, is it 9 points from safety or something like that. I'm not really too sure. Yeah, I mean, Verona, they are in a little bit of trouble. You know, they've conceded the most goals in the league with 43, 19 goals scored. They've only won 2 games, Hellas Verona, out of 25 played this season, and I think their record away at Sassuolo isn't great either. I mean, you'd surely expect Sassuolo to win this one, and I think they will, to be honest. I just think Sassuolo, in the end, I just think they'll have a bit too much for Hellas Verona, so we'll crack on with it, and I'm going to go with a 2-0 home win for Hellas Verona. Okay, next up is a big game in the European race as Juventus welcome FC Como to the Allianz Stadium. Now, Juventus are coming into this after a 5-2 absolute battering against Galatasaray in the Champions League playoffs. Como are coming into this after a 1-0 draw against AC Milan in midweek. A good result that is for Como in their quest to get into Europe. Of course, this is 5th versus 6th in the table. Juventus are 5th on 46 points. They will move into the top 4, Juventus, if they win this game. As for Como, they're currently 6th. Let me just do the maths. They can actually move just 1 point behind Juventus, and their push for Champions League football, Como, will really be on. So it's a big game for both teams. Both teams need a win to obviously keep their chances of Champions League football alive. I mean, speaking of the Champions League, Juventus, they got absolutely battered the other day at Galatasaray. I mean, first half, you know, they were okay, but second half, Galatasaray just absolutely battered them, and it's a tough one to take. I mean, they're 5-2 down. There's probably no chance Juventus are going to come back, but it's the Champions League, anything can happen. But I'll be very amazed if Juventus come back, to be honest. But full focus is on this game, really, and it won't be easy for Juve. Como are a good side. You know, they're coming into this after getting a good point away from home against an AC Milan side who are chasing down their rivals Inter to win the title. But I think this game will be a draw, in my opinion. I'm going to go Juventus 2, Como 2. Okay, next up we have got Lecce taking on Inter Milan. Of course, Lecce are coming into this after a big 2-0 win against Cagliari on Monday. That is a huge win for Lecce. As for Inter, they lost 3-1 away at Bodo Glimt in the Champions League, and I did actually watch that game. I've actually watched Inter's last 2 games. I watched them against Juventus, and I watched them against Bodo Glimt in the Champions League. I mean, I'll talk about the Juventus game quickly. I mean, by the way, that red card, oh my god, I forgot to talk about it a minute ago. How on earth was that a red card for Pierre Kalulu, by the way? Bastoni clearly dived. Worst decision I've ever seen. And yeah, but I mean, Juventus, to be fair, they were probably in the game as well until the red card was given. But yeah, I mean, Inter just took full control of the rest of that game after Kalulu got sent off. But Inter the other day, so I mean, after Bodo Glimt got 2 goals in 3 minutes, they just capitulated, really. I mean, it was always going to be tough for Inter because of how good Bodo Glimt are at home and, you know, the conditions and stuff. But, you know, I mean, for Inter, full focus will be on this game. I mean, they're obviously top of the league. I think they're let me see the maths, 54. I think they're 7 points clear at the top at the moment. A win will take it to 10. So, yeah, I mean, it's a big game for Inter this. I mean, you'd expect them to win. Sorry for the noise. But yeah, anyway. But like I said, you'd expect Inter to win this one. I mean, Lecce, like I said, I mean, they've won the last 2 games in a row. They're currently 3 points above the drop, but Inter will win, to be honest. I mean, they'll be deflated Inter after the defeat in Norway the other day, but Inter will win. So I'm going to go Lecce 0, Inter Milan 3. Okay, the next game we've got Cagliari versus Lazio. Cagliari, obviously, like I just said, lost against Lecce on Monday night. Lazio, their last game was a 2-0 defeat at home against Atalanta. Now, to be fair, Lazio seems to be a lot better away than they are at home, so they're probably glad, Lazio, that this game is away. I mean, Lazio are currently 9th. A win obviously will take them closer towards Europe, but Europe at this current stage for Lazio doesn't look like it's going to happen at the moment. I mean, Cagliari are 13th. They're, I think, 7 points above the drop. You know, they're not really fighting for anything. I mean, neither are Lazio, really. It's a bit of a mid-table clash, but like I said, Lazio are better away from home than they are at home, so I'm going to go with a 2-1 away win for Lazio. Okay, next up we have got Genoa versus Torino. Now, Torino actually lost 2-1 against Bologna in their last game. Genoa, their last game was a 0-0 draw against Cremonese. I mean, both teams will be disappointed, really, because that was a big game for both teams down at the bottom. Genoa are currently 3 points above the drop, so they're the ones, really, that need the points. Torino, I mean, even though Genoa are 15th and Torino are 14th. I mean, Torino, they're 6 points above the drop, which, I mean, if they lose this game and, let's say, Fiorentina win and Lecce win, maybe Torino could be dragged into this relegation battle. But, you know, I mean, Torino, if they win, they'll probably be fine. But this game is probably more important for Genoa, considering where they are at the moment. But I'm going to go for draw for this one. Genoa, I mean, they've only lost 2 out of their last 5, which is decent. Torino already have 1 win in their last 5, so I'm going to go Genoa 1, Torino 1. Okay, next game is Atalanta taking on Napoli. Now, Atalanta are coming into this after a 2-0 defeat against Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League. Napoli are coming into this after a 2-2 draw against Roma last week in the league, and I did watch that game, to be fair. Napoli first half were pretty poor, really, but second half they're a bit better, really. I mean, they probably needed to win that game, Napoli, to keep their name in the title race discussions, but I think Napoli dropping points, in my opinion, I think that's Napoli out of the conversation for me. They're 11 points behind Inter. I mean, if AC Milan drop points this weekend, you could probably say Inter have won. I mean, this weekend probably could be the weekend that Inter Milan win the league, pretty much. But for Napoli, you know, full focus now is qualifying for the Champions League. I mean, they're 3 points above Roma at the moment, 4 above Juventus, so they could do with a win. But Atalanta, by the way, wow, they are being very. They're not being talked about enough. Atalanta. I mean, I was live for the Napoli game the other day, and the Juventus fan was in the chat, and he said to me how, you know, Atalanta aren't being talked enough about, and I completely agree with the bloke, because Atalanta, ever since Palladino has come into the club, I think Atalanta are second in the Serie A form table. They're doing really, really well at the moment, and they'll be a bit annoyed that they did lose the other day against Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, but that's always going to be a tough game, because Dortmund are a very good side, especially at home as well. But with the second leg at home, only a 2-goal difference, maybe Atalanta could come back potentially. But for this one, I'm going to go with a home win. You know, Atalanta are doing well at the moment. Napoli, I mean, only 1 defeat in their last 5, but I don't know. Recently, I'm just not convinced with Napoli at the moment, so I'm going to go with a 2-1 home win for Atalanta. Okay, then, and the next game is AC Milan versus Parma at San Siro. Of course, AC Milan are coming into this after a 1-1 draw against Como in that game in hand, which AC Milan had to win, but they didn't, and they're quite a bit behind Inter, so this is a must-win game against the Parma side, who got a big win, 2-1 against Hellas Verona last week. Of course, Parma they're now up to 12 actually. I think they're 8 points above the drop. So that win for Parma was absolutely massive last week, and if they can get a win here at San Siro, it'll be absolutely massive. I mean, Parma have won the last 2 games in a row. AC Milan, I mean, I think they're 24 Serie A games unbeaten, which is just absolutely crazy. I think the only game AC Milan have lost in the league this season was on the opening weekend against Cremonese, which is kind of mad that Cremonese are the only team to beat AC Milan this season. But this is a must-win game for AC Milan. You know, they're 54, 55, 56, 58, 59, 60. They're only 7 points behind at the moment. Of course, if they win, that will go down to 4, I think. So this is a must-win game. But I mean, well, to be fair, Inter do go first. So like I think I said earlier, Inter could go 10 points clear, and I'll see if AC Milan win this game, will go back down to 7. But if Inter do drop points and AC win, then the gap will be around 4 or 5 points. But overall, this is a must-win game for AC Milan. If they want to keep their chances of winning this league alive, this is a must-win game. But it won't be easy, because Parma are a team against when they play the big boys, they'll sit back and defend. They'll make it difficult for AC Milan to break them down. But I just think AC Milan have got that quality in the end. It's at home at the San Siro. The AC Milan fans know this is a must-win game for them, because if they don't win, then it's probably Inter's title, really. But yeah, I think AC Milan will win this one. But yeah, I'm going to go AC Milan 2, Parma 0. Okay, then next up we have got Roma versus Cremonese. Of course, big games for both teams. Roma obviously are currently 4, fighting for Champions League football. Cremonese, on the other hand, are down at the bottom, 3 points above the drop. So it's a big game for both teams, really. Of course, Roma drew 2-2 against Napoli last week. As for Cremonese, they drew 0-0 against Genoa last week. Again, like I said about Genoa, Cremonese will probably be a little bit disappointed that they didn't win that game, and this will be tough, really, because I tell you what, Donyell Marlon, oh my god, what a player he has been since coming in on loan from Aston Villa. 2 goals last week. He's been absolutely cooking for Roma at the moment, and I mean, as much as Roma will be a bit disappointed that they drew, because you could say Roma were probably the better team throughout the game, really, but still a decent result away from home at the defending champions. But you'd expect Roma to win this one, really. Cremonese are struggling at the moment. They're getting dragged into this relegation battle. But yeah, I think Roma will win. I think they'll be too strong in the end. So my prediction is Roma 3, Cremonese 0. Okay then, and the penultimate game is from Florence, where it is 18th against 19th. It's Fiorentina versus Pisa. Now Fiorentina, I mean, considering Lecce have got a tough game against Inter, this is a huge opportunity for Fiorentina to move out of the relegation zone against a team in Pisa who have only won 1 game. Pisa so far this season out of 25, they've only scored 20 and they've conceded 42. But Fiorentina as well have scored 29, and they've also conceded quite a few in 39 as well. But this is a must-win game for Fiorentina. I mean, I still can't believe that Fiorentina are down where they are for the size and the club like Fiorentina. I mean, they're still in Europe as well. I think they actually won tonight, Fiorentina, against Jagiellina Białystok. I think they won 3-0 against Jagiellina Białystok in the Conference League. But, I mean, imagine, they go down, win the Conference League, and they play Europa League next year, which is crazy. But this is a must-win game for Fiorentina. I think a lot of Fiorentina fans will know that, and I think they will win this game, Fiorentina. You just look at Pisa at the moment. I mean, 1 win all season. They lost narrowly against AC Milan last week, so that they might bring a bit of confidence, considering they only lost by 1 goal against a very good AC Milan side. But I think Fiorentina are going to win. They've got to win. I think they will. I'm going to go 2-0 to Fiorentina. Okay then, and the final game of this game week is Bologna taking on Udinese. Bologna are currently 8th place on 33 points. Oh my god, that made me jump, Jesus. Udinese, I don't even know what even made me jump. There was nothing even there. I must have just heard something. But Udinese are currently 11th on 32 points. Bologna, I think they won today as well. I think they beat Bran in the Europa League, so a big win for them. Of course, Udinese lost last week. Who did they play last week? They lost 2-1 at home to Sassuolo, so a bit of a tight game by the scoreline anyway. But to be fair, I think Udinese haven't won at Bologna since 2017, so their record isn't great at Bologna, but it's two sides who aren't fighting for much, but a win for Bologna will be big in their push for Europe, so I'm going to go with a draw. It's two mid-table teams, so I'm going to go Bologna 1, Udinese 1. Well, there we go, that is the end of the video, and yeah, I'm going to go to bed because it is currently nearly 1:15 in the morning, and yeah, thank you for watching this video. Smash a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Arrivederci.